Okay. All right. So let's just give some minutes for others to join us so we can start. Okay. Just give me some minutes so that others can join us. All right, guys. So I think it's time we start our program. All right. Good everyone. Good day. Yeah, Benjamin. Dishima. Benjamin, I can see you. All right. Good day. And thanks for joining us. Okay, so we're going to start now while we wait for others to join. So let's dive in. Okay, so yesterday we started with our boot camp. We started with introduction to Power BI, how you can leverage Power BI. All right, so we started with introducing you to meaning of data analytics and of course who a data analyst is. And we did a lot yesterday. I don't know how many people were here yesterday. If you know that you're here yesterday and you learned something good, something amazing, can you just share with us? Can you just share with us what you learned yesterday? Yeah, I have a lot of people that joined my program yesterday. So if you know that you joined this program yesterday and you learned something good, if you don't mind, can you just use the raise hand icon and I'll call your name to get something. Maybe yes, I can see someone raised up his hand a few minutes ago. But that's fine. Okay, so guys, thank you very much and welcome to today's program. We are going to start now. Okay, so we are going to start now. Um, so yesterday we stopped at loading our data to Power BI. So today we are going to start with analysis. So yesterday we didn't really do much with Power BI. So today we are going to start with analysis. I'm going to share my screen and then let's dive in. Let's dive in. So let's proceed. Just a second. Okay, please confirm that you can see my screen so that I can start. Confirm you can see my screen. I need a thumbs up. If you know that you can see my screen, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you for that, Bukola. Prince, thank you very much. Okay, just two people. Okay, I just believe that everybody can see my screen. Thank you very much, everybody. And thanks for joining. Thank you, Allah Oguchukwu. All right. So yesterday, just like I said, we started with introduction to this bootcamp. We started with what is data analytics, who a data analyst is, and what is expected. Maybe in the real life, what are you expected to do as a data analyst? And we open our mind to the opportunities in data analytics as a data analyst. What are the opportunities that you can actually see and you should enjoy as a data analyst, right? So after that, we dive in to start talking about then how do I leverage tools like Power BI for analysis. So that's just like a brief introduction of what we did yesterday. I'm just trying to explain it better for those that were not here yesterday. So yesterday we stopped at loading our data from Power Query to Power BI so interface. So this is where we stopped yesterday. So we are going to start with what? Analysis today. Now, before we dive in, if you have something that you want to share with us, I don't mind. Just share with us. Okay. But before we dive in, I just remember something. Before we dive in, I just want to know where our participants are joining us from. All right. Just type in the comment section. Let's do this as well. Let's just do it. Tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us where you are joining us from so that we can welcome you. We want to know where you're joining us from. All right, so just type in the comment section, tell us your name and where you're joining us from. We're waiting. All right, let's do this. Okay, this from Ghana. This joining us from Ghana. Another person. Sorry. So let me see how many people that are joining us. So guys, if you don't mind, can you type so that we can welcome you? Okay, Bukola from London. Bukola is joining us from London. Okay. Okay, so we are going to start since we have just few people that are telling us where they're joining us from. I'm joining you from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, so let's proceed. Just a second, just a second. Okay, now let's proceed. So this is Power BI software. We are going to be using that. Please, if you missed yesterday's class, I want to urge you, please go back and watch the video. Okay, the video is on YouTube. It's on our YouTube, and we'll share the link with you on your WhatsApp group. Please go back and watch the video for a proper understanding of what we did yesterday. So we're going to start with what we call DAX. Now, what is DAX? That simply means data analysis expression. Data analysis expression. Okay, so we're going to start with DAX. We're going to start doing a little calculation. Now, that simply means little calculation that you can actually see in Power BI. I'm going to use Power BI because we're using Power BI. We have it in other way. We have it in Power BI, Excel, and of course Escape. But then today we are using Power BI. So what I'm just relating it to Power BI. All right. So when you come to the data, you guys remember the yesterday when we loaded our data into our Power BI, right? So when you come to your data, this is our table. The table we loaded from Power BI to Power Query, from Power Query to Power BI now. So right click on it. When you right click on top of your table, you can see new measure. New measure. I know this thing was not here yesterday, so I'm gonna just drop it somewhere so that it will not get started with that. So I'm gonna click on this. I'll right click on it and I'll see what's new measure. So when you have clicked on new measure, what are you trying to do? You are trying to do calculation. Now, what are we trying to do? Pay attention. We want to calculate how many, maybe what are the total number of goods that were ordered in that company. Not something. We said we established something yesterday. We're trying to find out what are the areas that these guys need to make an improvement on. Is that not? So before you start looking at, okay, these are the areas that you need to make, help yourself. These are the areas that you need to improve on for profitability purpose, right? You need to find out what do they have. Do you understand? Let's find out what do they have. Like, what do these guys, what are you operating with? Okay. Now, the first measure that I feel like we should calculate how many goods were ordered in that company. Remember the data they shared with us? I think a year or 3 years or 4 years data said that they shared with us, right? But we need to find out how many goods were ordered. Now, let me tell you why we need to find out how many goods were ordered in the company. Now, you can use yourself, who is operating with 5 customers, to be comparing someone who is operating with 100 customers. I think I said this thing yesterday. So when working with organizations, you need to, you are not just there to analyze the data and give it to them. You are there to bring out meaningful insight. Remember when we define who a data analyst is, we said is someone who could actually bring out meaningful insight from data, that's historical data. So we need to look at the data, bring out insight from the data that will help the organization to make informed decisions. So we're here as a problem solver. Is that okay? So we are here as a problem solver. The first thing we need to calculate, let's find out how many goods were ordered in the company. How many goods were ordered? So when you do equal to, when you right click on the name of the table and you see what new measure. So inside the new measure, you say what? So let's call it total order. Total goods were ordered is equal to what? Now we have the order ID there. We have the what? Order ID. You can see it here. This is our order ID. We are going to use it as our what? Or use count pools. There are 2 DAX functions that you will actually use for this. You actually use count, that is cap, as a calculation to count how many goods were ordered. Okay? Using the order ID. Using the order ID. So I'm going to say what? Equal to count. Or say count, you can see it here. Is a DAX function. This is called DAX. Now, count is asking us, what do we want to count? We want to count just what? The order ID. The order ID. Why are we using order ID? That means when you order something, there is an ID number on each product you order. That's all we just want to count. We want to count how many goods were ordered. When you pay attention to this, right? You can see where my cursor is hovering. You can see it's asking for what? Column name. That means the name of the column that we want to count. And that is what? The order ID. I want to use the order ID. So I'm going to click on that, close my parentheses, and you can see either commit or hit enter. But I'm going to use commit. Click on this, commit. You get that done. Okay. You get that done. This, what we are doing now is what we call KPI. So most of us know what KPI is. Key performance indicators. Key performance indicators. We want to find out what are the key things that are driving value in this organization. Okay, so that's what we're trying to find out. Now, another thing again that I feel like we should calculate is how many customers do they have. Now, pay attention. You are there to solve a problem. Okay, so I want to find out how many customers they have, because at the end of everything, what we are trying to do now is what we call descriptive analytics. We are trying to describe their data, what's happening in the organization based on the historical data they've shared with us. Now, before we actually said, okay, guys, you know what? These are the areas that you need to improve yourself on. We have to look at what do they have at hand. Okay, so let's look at what total goods were ordered in that company. Let's look at total goods that were. Okay, we have looked at total goods and ordered. So let's look at how many customers do they even have. So I'm going to right click on this and I'll click on new measure. I'll click on new measure. Okay, so when I just click on new measure, it's going to give me this. I'm going to clear the name measure and type it what? Total customers. Okay. So I'll come here in front of this and I'll count. Now, pay attention. I know sometimes there's something that usually affects it when calculating or when using that. Now, the question is, do I need to count? I want to find out total customers that patronize these guys, okay? Do I need to use count function? Now, the answer is no. Let me tell you why it's no. If I use count function, right? Count function is looking at, let me use myself as an example. All right, so I have this Aboki man in front of our estates that usually sell things, right? So if I go there as a customer and buy things, maybe every day I used to buy things, maybe like 2 times, once in a day. With that Aboki, at the end of the month, counts me as 100 customer if I've gone to his shop maybe 100 times in a month. Okay, will he count me as 100 customers? The answer is no. He will only count me once because it's just one person that purchased over 20 goods or products from him. So what is he going to do? He's going to use what we call unique function to calculate me. Okay, so the function we're going to use here is what we call distinct count. Distinct count. Now, distinct count is a function in Power BI. Just like I said, whatever I will be mentioning, I'll be using the word Power BI because we are not using Excel. We are not using SQL. We are using Power BI, okay? So distinct count is a function in Power BI that helps us to count values and remove duplicates. Okay, so it helps us to count values and remove duplicates. I'm going to say distinct count. Okay. So you can see it here, distinct count. Now, distinct count is asking for the column name. It's asking for the what? The column name. Okay, so what do we want to count? Find our distinct. I'm going to count what? Customer ID. Customer ID. Let's look at this customer ID. I'm not going to use customer name. Now, let me tell you why I will not use customer name. So my name is Chinyere Chukwuka. It's possible for you to see thousands of people bearing Chinyere Chukwuka. Okay, but then if I have unique ID, just like when we talk about unique ID or unique identifier, we are talking about that person, that thing that only you have access to, like your phone number, your staff number. Those things are what your unique identifier. So anytime I call your number, I will only have contact you. There's no one else that can pick the call. So that's why we're using what? Unique ID, which is what? The customer's ID. You understand? So we're going to close our parenthesis. Either you hit enter or you click on this commit here. You click on commit. Okay. So another thing again, there's a lot of things to calculate anyways, but I don't want us to go so deep, right? Another thing again, I feel like we should find a way to calculate is what? Total revenues. That's total sales anyways. Total sales. You can see it here. Place it here. So I'll go back. So I'll click on top of this. The other day, others, that's the name of our table. The name of our table. When you right click on it and you click on what? New measure. So new measure, I'm going to find, say, total revenue, which is equal to sum. We are going to use the DAX function sum because if you want to calculate numbers, you cannot count numbers, right? You cannot count numbers. Just like, let's say you want to calculate how much you made in a particular product. You are not going to count the money. You are going to add the money, okay? You're going to add the one. That's summation. That's why we're using sum function. Sum function. So what are we summing? We're summing the sales. You can see the sales here. Okay. And then you click on what? Commit here. Or you hit enter. Anyone works. So now this here, we're going to stop here. Okay. We are going to stop here. Now this thing here that you can see on my screen, I'm going to show you how I got it. Because I want us to use it. Now, let me show you. Because I want us to start analysis. I want us to start. I want us to start. We have started analysis. I want us to start creating our charts, okay? But then this here, interface that you're seeing here is called what? The report view. Okay, this is our report view. This is where you create your dashboard. And of course, most times because you want to make it look good, you want to make it look good. But you can just add one or two at the background to make it look good. Now, if you go to your insert on your ribbon here, go to insert, you can see shapes. You can see shapes. Now, when you come down here, you can select any one of your choice. This is it. So you can see it. So it's just the same thing here. I just selected this because I want to use this color. Okay, the same thing. Okay. So now, let's say that you want to change your color. You want to make it look good. You want to make it add another color there. Let me show you how you can do that. Now, when you click on this, that's the one you inserted, okay? When you click on it, you can see shape formats here. So you can see shape formats and you can see fill. Okay, so under fill, you can see the color here. So if I select any color here, let me choose another color. So you can see the color has what? Changed. So you can use any one of your choice to get that done. You can use any one of your choice. So I already have one that I'm using. This, I've selected the color, so let me use this again. All right, so I want to drop it here. Drop it here. So I'll control D it. Sorry. Control C, control V. I'll just control C it, control V it. So this and this. Okay, so now this background here is white. Okay, it's white. You can actually change it. I mean, this background here. If you want to change it, you can either right click on it on this background, or you can see background. You can see format here. If you didn't even like on it, so you can see format and just find your way around how you can get to canvas background. You can see it here, canvas background. Mine is white by default. Now I'm going to just change one color so that you can see that you could actually change the color. Okay, so if I click on this, let me say select it. Yeah, you might not notice it. You might not notice it. You might not notice it. Now you can see this here that says what? 100% transparency. So you can see that something changed now. Something changed. Okay. Now I'm gonna do that again. What are we trying to do? You want to change the background of this canvas. Let's say that you want to change it, maybe make it darker or something like that, change another color, which is not 100% advisable. Because note something, what I usually tell my students, that you are an analyst doesn't mean that you're a painter. Okay, you're not a fine art artist. Okay, so you don't need to have so many colors on your back on your dashboard, just two colors, maximum 3 colors. Okay, so 2 colors are okay. So because I want to change this, maybe it's too whitish and I don't feel like, oh, I'm good with that, I want to change it. What do? I can just come here, look for where you can see, and here you can see format, right? Look for where you can see canvas background. Come here, pick any color of your choice. You can see many colors. Pick any color of your choice. And after that, you might not see it showing. Move this transparency. You can see it here. You can see it again. Move it towards 100% transparency. 0% 0% transparency, okay? And you have this done. You have this done. Now I'm going to collapse this now. Let's start our dashboard. Let's start creating the chart, okay? Now, the first thing I want to find out, please pay attention. Remember the purpose or remember the reasons behind the analysis. This organization, they share their data with us, right? And they ask us, you know what? Help us to analyze this. Help us to bring out a meaningful insights that will help us to make informed business decisions. You understand? So the first thing that we need to do is to do what? Pick out the meaningful analysis that will help them to make decisions. Now, we're already seen how many goods that were ordered. We have seen how much they're generating. So let's find out. Okay, let's bring it then out so you understand what I'm saying. So when you scroll down, you see those things we have done here, the calculations. Look at them here. You can see Let me try to zoom out a bit so you can see what I'm saying. So you can see them here. Okay, you can see them there. Okay, so I'm going to just pick them up. So I'll pick, just click on top of it. Click on it. Click on it. Click on it. So you can see what we have. So let's connect it. So this is total customers. Total customers there. So I'm going to drop it here. Okay, total customers. Total customers. So see what I want to do so that I don't go back and do it and go back. Now when you look for the how to build your visuals, right? Now this visualization tool here, this one here, please pay attention. It's one. If you look at this, this is how to get your visuals. You can see card 1, 2, 3. And under here, you can see card again that says card new, and it has 1, 2, 3. Now this one that has 1, 2, 3 and has something like thunder strike or card new is if you want to put every of your KPI, you want to put them in one card. So which is what I'm going to do now. Now what do I mean? If I click on this card new, so I've changed this to card new. So I'll be able to add other ones there and see. Okay. I see them here appearing the same time. Okay, all of them will then be in one. Just a second. Let's this time. Okay, so all of them will be here. Right? We are going to come back here to format it. We are going to come back here to format it. This is our total customers, total order, and total revenue. Now let's look at total revenue by what? Products. How many or how much are they generating per products? Because these are the things that you need to look at. It's when you have find out, okay, this is how much these guys are generating per product. We are not able to tell them, okay, you know what? These are the products that you're making more sales from. And these are the ones that you need to maybe stop selling. Yeah, every organizations are looking at how do we focus on the main things that are giving us money. You understand? So what we need to do now, we're going to select what? Total order, total revenue, right? So click on it here, total revenue. So let's look for product name. Look at, you can see product name here. Product name. So this is what we have. Let's size it. It's so much. It has covered everywhere. Okay. And just a second to size it. So we have this. So we have this. So this, if you pay attention here, you can see that by revenue, not means by how they're generating their money. You can see this product here. I don't know the name. Let's look for the name. Canon image class. Okay, but then it's image class, whatever. So this is where they are getting all of their revenue from. So it simply means that this product is selling more than other products. That in a nutshell, this product here is selling more than other products. You understand? So what do we do now? I want us to look at something. Now let's format it. Let's make it look good. Okay, let's make this thing look good. Now let me show you how you can format it. Let's say you can see these figures are here. We don't need them. This total revenue that is under, we don't need it because we already see the name here by the title. You can see the title here showing us that this is total revenue. So what do we do? Let's go to format. Okay. So I want to change the background. This background, I mean the background of this. You can see that it's white. I want to maybe change the background to something better. Okay. If you want to change, it's not a must. What I want to do now is not a must. Okay. Okay, let's leave it this way. Let's leave it this way. So I'm going to just go open size and style. Look for size and style. Okay, look for size and style and add shadow. That's all. Just add shadow. That's fine. That's fine with me. Okay. So another thing again I want us to look into is the x-axis and the y-axis. Now, most times people find it difficult to understand which is x-axis, which one is y-axis. All right. So what you can do in order to, maybe clear your, rest, especially if you are starting new, it's just you may want to turn it off. Okay. So this is y-axis. I need these values because I want to see the values, right? I want to see that these are the numbers. I need them. So I make sure that the values for your y-axis are always on. Most times I've seen chat, people creating chat and they will turn it off. I'll be like, come on, how do we understand that this is what your chat is saying? So ensure that your values for your y-axis, they are always turned on. Now, aside from that, I want to change this chart to get the text. You can see the text is not pure black. So I'm going to change it to pure black. Okay, so another thing again I'd like to do is to turn off the title. Title is those things here, that's in the value by the side here. So I'm going to turn it on so you see it there. So product name, we already see the product name, so there's no need to have that in there. So I'm going to collapse my x-axis and open my y-axis. Now y-axis is the one under here. So this one here, this is what my y-axis. So I'm going to turn it off. Both the values and the title. So I'm going to turn it off, the values and the title. Okay. Yes. So another thing again I feel like to do, it's not a must. Another thing again I feel like to do, I want to do, right, is these bars. Listen at these bars here, that you want to change the color of these bars. You want to change the color of these bars. What you do? Come to bars, you can see bar. Come down, you see bars. And you can see colors. Change the color to anything of your choice. So this is my choice. Pick anything. Now, make sure that anytime that you're creating your dashboard, it should not be shouting. No, just very simple. Very simple. Make it simple. Make it easy. Okay? So these are the things I want to see. And you can see by now, we have what? We have created this chart showing that these are the how sales or how revenue we are generated for each of these products here. Okay? So another thing again I would like to see as an analyst in this company, I want to show them. Okay, just like I always tell my people, right? Note that as an analyst in any company, you are a problem solver. You're not just there to, say, guys, because I'm earning too much, this is what you need to do. That. You are a problem solver. Give them insights that will help them to make informed business decisions. Okay, so another thing again I would like to see if I am the owner of this company. Now, one of the things that has helped me so far in the industry anytime I'm analyzing companies' data, I'm going to share that with you because I know it will definitely help you. It's what? Seeing yourself as the owner of the company. Seeing yourself that you are the one they are the one analyzing these things. If you're the one that want to see something, what would you like to see? I don't know if you understand. What would you like to see? If I'm the one that owns this brand, I would like to see something. And what's that I would like to see? I would like to see how did the sales happen in my company every month. Okay, is it in the month of January that I'm generating more revenue, or is it February? Is it September? These are the things that will bring out meaningful insights that will help the organization to make informed business decisions. Note that you are not just there to create an chart and no. You work with what we call critical thinking skills. Understand the company. That's where domain knowledge comes in. Okay. Now, another thing again I would like to see. Now, let's see how we can do that. Okay. I'm going to go through my dates and I will say other dates. Okay, this is months. I'll select my months. Okay, and I'll select my total revenue. Okay, so you can see it here. My months and my total revenue. So let's see how we generate the company made their sales. So let's put it there. So we have this now. I try to make it look good. So we have this. Okay. So let's format this as well. Let's make it look good as well. So why is highlighted? I always tell people, my students, something. Whenever you are working or creating charts for people, always understand something. Do not use confusing charts. Okay? Do not use confusing charts. Note that these guys, the people that you're analyzing this for, right? They are not tech-oriented guys. They are not people that understand most of all these things. They are people that just want to see what you are going to tell them. Okay, guys, this from what we have here, this is what happened in the company. This is what you need to do. This is what they want to see. You understand? This is what they want to see. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what I want to. Okay. So I'm gonna turn up the values by 2. Okay, turn it to pure black. Yes, this is for the x-axis. So let's go to y-axis. Turn up everything y-axis. The values and this. Okay, just turn up everything. And let's proceed to let's see another thing again that I would like to put. So you can see this is line solid. I want to make it, let's see, linear. So I'm going to make it smooth. Okay, so just to make it look a little bit good, that's all. So that line that I made linear, just a second. So the color of the line, I'm going to choose this as well. So that's all. Okay, nothing much about this. And again, if you want to show the values, so this is how sales happen in the company from January. You can see it here: January, February, March, April. If you want to show the values, if you want the values to be showing, right? I wish most times it's advisable for you to show the values, because people that you are dealing with, they are not people that be patient enough to be hovering their cursor there to see the values. You might want to show them. Okay, if you want to show the values, just a second, let me collapse this. Go to data label. You can see data label. Turn it on, right? I'm going to collapse what I have here so that you can see most of this thing very well. So you can see what we have here. Now, without being told, let's look at it very well. Let's look at it very well. So you can see it very well now. So you can see that the highest sales is coming from November. Okay, you can see it here. Look at it. The way sales happen in the company from January to December. Now, as an analyst in this company, this is your work. This is you trying to tell them, hello, sir. From what you can see from the analysis we have here, based on the historical data you shared with me, we can see that month of January is when we have the highest sales than other months. This is what we call descriptive analytics. You are describing what has happened in the company. Okay, so let's say you might want to dive into what we call diagnostic analytics. Try to ask questions. Why did it happen? And that is what actually make you better than other analysts out there. You are not just there to create that chart and then let it be. No, you are a problem solver. You want to ask questions that might actually want you to bring what we call external data into your analysis. I don't want to take you far into that, but that's what it's good. That this is what we can see from what we have been doing since yesterday. Okay. So another thing again, I would like to see if I am the analyst or if I'm the CEO of this company, right? If you pay attention, you can see that you notice that we have locations where they are selling the product. I used it as an example yesterday. I said, Dangote cannot just wake up to that and say, you know what, guys, this is where we are generating more revenues. Dangote has to make that decision that this is the location, maybe Lagos, maybe Ogun State, or anywhere is where we are generating more of our revenue based on facts. Before you make business decision, you don't make business decision by mere feelings. No, you make business decision based on facts. Now, what do I mean by facts? Based on data. Okay, that is what it means. So if you're making any business decision, you have to do that on that facts. So I want to find out where are they generating more of their revenues based on location. So I'm going to highlight the revenue again, and then the location. So I think we have states. Let's use states. We have country and all other things. But let's look for states. So this is states. So this is states. So this is it, what we have here. By states, this is what we have. But I want to use something to visualize this. Let me see if it does work. So I want to visualize it using map. Let's see. So it's just like I said, you can use any visualization tools of your choice to do that. But let's say I'm using chart and I want to use map. I want to use map. Let's look at it together. If you remember yesterday when we introduced this data, we said that this data is coming from what? United States. And you can see it here. By default, I didn't do anything. I don't type anything. But this is showing us that this data is coming from US. And let's look around. If you pay attention here, you can see where we have these bubbles. Showing these are the states where we have this data in. These are the states where we have this data in. Okay. So I'm going to just write this down. So let's have it well open. So if I want to format this, or I think the colors are fine. But let's say you want to format it, you want to change the color, you want to make it look better and thereabout. So if you go to format, you can see map settings. What we have here is you might want to change it to another this thing here that will change the color. You can see it, the color has changed. I want to change it to light. Okay, I think it's by light by default. So you might just come here, change it to anything. Road. I think it's by default. Okay, so you change it to anything of your choice, right? Change it to. So, but I'm going to change it to something I prefer, which is this. So this is what we have as default. Now you see these bubbles here. By default, this is what we have. Now, if you want to change the color of the bubbles, you can come to this color here. You can see this is the color we have. I might want to pick this color. And you can see it. And again, you might want to do something. You might want to say that the highest color should have this. And the lowest color should have this particular color. Okay, if you want to do that, you can just come here. This FX here. This FX here. So let's have that. So this is by color. We're going to use blue. So let's use two. Okay, let's use gradients. So I'm going to use gradients, right? So the lowest color, the highest color should use. Okay, so I don't have that main color that I'm using. That. So I'm going to cancel this. I mean, I have color that I'm using for my dashboard. This is this color here. So I have to select it before changing that, but that's fine. That's fine. There's no need for that anyways. There's no need for that. Okay. So we have this. Now let's look at this. So when we have this high bubble, yeah, please mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself.
Jesus,
Okay. So I mean, look for that person that joined now. This Shima Benjamin, you need to meet yourself. Meet yourself, and you can hear me. All right, that's fine. So let's proceed. All right, thank you very much. So now please pay attention. I want to show you something. If you pay attention here, these bubbles that are bigger in size, these are the where we have the highest values. That's what it simply means, okay? So by state, you can see that California here is where we have the highest size of bubbles. So it simply means that this is where we have the highest revenue, okay? Followed by Dix. I think this is the second. That's New York, followed by Dix. For now, not these small ones are where we have the lowest sales from, okay, where their lowest sales are coming from. So with that, all right. So so far, I think we have made some kind of progress by creating this. So let's proceed. Let's proceed further. So let's give dashboard. Let's give it name. So we are going to give it name because, just like I said, when you work for brands, you don't just wake up like this and be like, okay, I've done this, take it. No, you have to, give it that title. Mr. OKK's sales analysis. Okay. So we're going to do that now. I'm going to go to insert. You can see insert on the ribbon here. And then we click on what? Text box. Text box. Here I'm going to call it, we are at Amdoranalytics, so it's going to be Amdoranalytics sales reports. I can't see that, but let me just see it. Okay. Just a second. So Amdoranalytics reports. Yeah. So you can change the font. I love to use Georgia. So I'm going to change the font here. So here, I'll change the size to 20. I think 20 is fine. Okay, 20 is fine. So let's over. So resize this. Let's resize it. Okay, so why is here? I want us to take off this white background here. You can see the TARS white background, okay? Why this is checked? So the next thing you can see here is size and style. You can see it here. Size and style. Go to background and take it off. You can see. Take off the background and you have what we have here. Okay. Take off the background and you have this. So this one here, you can format it as well. When you click on this one here, right, go to card. Let's go to images. Go to images. Sorry, card. Go to card. And then you can see background. I'm going to turn it off. Okay. Background, you can turn it off. Turn it off. Let's take that. Why is it not turning off? Okay. So this value is here, right? This value is here. So I can change the value size. I mean the color of the values. Okay. If you want to change the color of the values, this is called call out values. You can see it here, call out values. And you can scroll down, you can see the colors are white, but black by default. So I'm going to change it to something like this. You can see it here, the values. Okay. But after the values, you can see we have their names as well, having black. Now, it's not advisable you have it this white, black something there, because the title is black. The background that we are using here is still somehow dark, so you're not seeing it very well. So the best thing to do is to change the color. So I will go down to title. Size and style. Uh, sorry. Let's leave this here. Where that one? So it's not here. Okay. Size and style. Title is off. Okay. All right. So I don't think it's we can change the size or the color. Okay. So let's proceed. So it won't take our time anyways. Let's proceed so it won't take our time. But that's fine. So far we have done this, right? We have seen how we can create charts. We have seen how we can work on reward projects. With all what we have seen here, without being told, you can actually make decision for this company. You can tell them that, okay, from what we can see, this is where you're generating more revenue. These are the products, these are the location, these are the products, and of course, this particular month, you can see that November is their month that they're making more sales from. Now we have done this. After all that we have done, right? Now let me share the most. I wish I know that this is where most of us are waiting. I want to see what is how do we automate this thing? Okay, how do we automate it? After all these things we have done, do I need to come back here and start doing it for this brand every day, every minute? If another data comes in into this brand, do I need to come over and be doing it over and over again? So we are moving to automation now, which we are going to do on the cloud base. But so far, I don't know if you have somebody here who have any question to ask us. Any question? So questions. Hi, Anafumi, can you hear me? Are you here? Hello? Okay, so let's proceed. If I don't have any question and nobody's asking question, then we can proceed. Okay. So before you do the automation, you need to save the data. You need to save your report. Okay. Save what you have done. Save it. Now I'm going to click on what save. You can see save here. Or if I didn't even save it and I want to, upload it immediately, let's try that if we do not save it. So I will go to my home and you can see publish. You don't automate your 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 work here. No, you don't automate it. And listen very well what automation is all about. What we're trying to do now is that, okay, if we have done this right, this data the company shared with you comes from their database. Okay, this could be data like 1 year or 3 years or 4 years data. Now, after this, you have done, if they bring a new data set, would you come back here and start creating entire new charts? The answer is no. You can automate it as in the sense that as data is coming into their database, it's updating itself here. Very simple. So we need to publish this thing online. So I'm going to click on publish. Now, for you to actually have access to this publish here, to publish your work on cloud, you need to be able to use work email or school email to access this. Okay, you can see myself here. Work email or not your normal Gmail. If you use your normal Gmail, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna save. So now I've not saved this. Okay, so let's save. I'm gonna call it Amdoranalytics Bootcamp. April. Okay, so I'm gonna save. So it's publishing online. Mm. It's asking me whether I need to publish it. Let me see. My workspace. So I'm going to publish it on my workspace. So I've selected where to publish it. Okay. So this is going to my cloud, the cloud of Power BI now. So I'm going to show you how we can see what we have done now. So you can see I published it online. Okay, I have published it online. So I am going to go online and let's check it out. Power BI. Uh, so let me click on it. So I'm looking for the easiest way to move to my this thing, my cloud base of Microsoft. So where we are going to now is Power BI online. Okay, Power BI online. So click on this app launch. Just give it some seconds to load. You can see it's loading. So I'll move to my Power BI. So it's loading. Just let's give it some minutes to do that. So it's taking its time to load. So this is the cloud base of Power BI. So you can see it. So this is the thing that I uploaded. You can see it a minute ago. You can see it here. Now let me share something with you. When you upload something here, you are uploading it with the data set. So what we are trying to do now, what we are trying to observe, let me just open it so you can see it. What you're trying to update or automate is the data set. Okay, so what we're trying to format, automate is the data set. Okay, so let's just give me some seconds to look for it. Amdoranalytics. Yes, you can see it here. This is it here. Okay, this is the report, and this is now pay attention. Pay attention. Look at my screen. So you can see when I uploaded it, you can see I uploaded just a report. But here, you are seeing the report and you're seeing semantic model. Okay, you are seeing report and you're seeing what semantic. Now, what is semantic model? The data set that was used to build the analysis. The data set that I used to build the analysis. Okay, that is what you're seeing here. Now, where do I need to automate? What am I automating? I'm automating. The automation will be on that data set because it's data that will come into that will update itself, not the report. So I'm going to pay attention to what to the semantic model. Now, when you hover your cursor here, you can see what schedule refresh. So I'm going to click on it. Now, before you be able to automate your report, okay, now let me share with you what something. I know this thing that we are doing, we are just doing it free of charge. We are teaching you this now. This thing, I think as of last year, so a client reached out to me from UK that the person is an analyst, right? That is working with one brand, and usually they always get this data set every day, every time that usually work on this data. I was like, why we continue working on one data every day, every minute? Why not automate it? Okay, so these are even most people that have done this analysis that become data analysts. They don't know how to automate their report, and this is what we are teaching you here, free of charge. So I know how much I charge that person to teach the person how to automate this report. Okay, so now you can see credentials. Data source credentials. So sometimes when you come here and it has this thing, just click on edit credential. So let's what is that? Sign in. Let me see if that's what. So let me see. So it's taking its time, so it has worked. And see it here. Now, after this, you make sure that this data source credentials is it does not have any error. You can see it. It's showing the. If you remember yesterday when we loaded this data to Power BI, this is the name of our data set. Superstore sales data set. Okay, this is the name of our data set. After that, click on what refresh. You can see it here. Now go down to the time zone. I don't know. Let's assume that you're working for brands that are in UK, Canada. Select their time zone. Turn it on. Okay, turn it on. Now the question is, how do you want the data to be refreshing? How do you want it to be refreshing? Now you might want to choose weekly, you might want to choose daily. Now if you're choosing weekly, that you're saying every day of this week, you can just pick any one of your choice. I might want to choose daily, right? If I choose daily, I can add time. I might want to say every 1 a.m. Okay, every 1 a.m. As the data is coming to the data source, every 1 a.m. my dashboard is refreshing. So I don't need to go back and start building it over and over. I don't know if you understand this. So I don't need to go back and start building it over. So I'm going to do what? Apply. So if I want to add another time, you want to say, okay, after 1 a.m., give me 7 p.m. Okay, after 1 a.m., give me 7 p.m. and then you apply. Then you apply. Perfect. Awesome. So you can see what we have just done now. You have seen what we have automated our reports. So you don't need to go back and start creating another dashboard over and over. No, 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 no. Those ones, the people are doing that, those ones, yes. I don't want to say that they've not landed or they are not advanced, right? Yeah, they don't know about it. But because if they know about it, they will just be working with what we have here. So you can see what we have done now, right? So if you are being given a data, please note that you don't need to go over and over and be building the dashboard every day. You can automate it. Now let's say that the data, what we have done now, right? The data, another data comes to this data source. You can see I automated it to every 1 a.m. and every 7 p.m. So when it is 1 a.m., it will automate, it will refresh. When it is 7 p.m., it will do what? It will refresh. Now you have seen what we have been doing since yesterday till today. It has been awesome. It has been amazing. You can see what we are doing here at Amdoranalytics free of charge. But now let me tell you something. What we have done yesterday and what we have done today, you cannot become a data analyst with what you have done now. That's just the bit out to us. Okay, you cannot become a professional analyst with what we have done yesterday and today. Now, to become a data professional, to become the data analyst, you need to what? Enroll for our 5 months program here at Amdoranalytics. For those of us that joined yesterday was just amazing, eye-opening to everybody that want to enroll for this program. So we had one of our students yesterday that joined us that said a lot about us. None of this thing was arranged. Never. Okay. So for you to start your program, for you to start earning that bill, you saw what we did yesterday. We showed you how you can actually, not just earn this, acquire these skills, but how you can monetize it. And we are shown what are the things that these guys are earning, what you'll be expected to be earned as a data analyst, right? So if you want to enroll, if you want to start your program here at Amdoranalytics, this is the best time for you because we are giving out 30% discount on all our programs to first 20 people that's going to start their program here with us. Now, I don't know how many of you that joined us yesterday, but I know that a lot of people have their questions like, okay, if I start this program, what are the things that I stand to earn as a data professional, as a data analyst here at Amdoranalytics? Is it just the teaching? No, it's go beyond the teaching, right? So now let me show you other benefits that you can actually enjoy as a student here at Amdoranalytics. And these are the things that you're going to enjoy as a student. Instructor-led program. Now, someone called me today. Someone sent me a message today, and the person wanted to register for our data engineering program. And the person was like, okay, I want to know, are you going to share a recorded video to us and ask us to come and watch? The answer is pure no. Okay, you can see what we have been doing since yesterday and today. It's pure instructor-led program. You are going to be here, and I will be here teaching you. You're not moving anywhere, and it is virtual training. And you can see how amazing it takes for you to learn at the comfort of your home without any, disturbance of traffic and thereabouts, right? So you are learning from the comfort of your home anywhere across the globe. I see someone joined us and she said that she's joining from what? From London. That's to show you the beauty of what? Of the of virtual training. Okay. So another thing again that you enjoy here as a student at Amdoranalytics is what? Growth internship. Our program is actually 5 months program. So 4 months program is for learning and 1 month program is for what? Internship. So you're going to be going on 5 good months here at Amdoranalytics with us. And aside from that, you are going to work on real world case studies. Okay, real world case studies. You see what we started yesterday, working on projects, showing you how you can touch this, how you can do this, how you can. That is to show you how amazing it takes for you to work on projects. And aside from that, you are getting lifetime access to all our materials. Yesterday, we showed you guys those people that started the program with us, even 2023, that's 2 years. Okay, almost 2 years, and they are still enjoying the access to all the materials. So here at Amda Analytics, you're having access to all the materials, you're having access to everything, lifetime access. Nobody's going to take it out from you. And that's what we call post-training support. Okay? Now, you're not just learning at Amda Analytics to learn and grow. No, we have people helping you. We have people showing you, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what, now there's post-training support. Okay? Now, aside from post-training support that you're getting here at Amda Analytics, we have mentorship sessions. You have to work on real world projects. Interview preparations. This one is so. Now, I always tell people something, right? So anytime that you register for our program, all these things that we're saying that we're going to give you, and we did not give it to you, hold us accountable for not doing that. Okay? Hold us accountable for not doing that. For us to say this, it's simple that we are very sure that we are going to deliver 100% value of what we are saying here. Now, aside from this, these are the tools that you're going to be using as an analyst here at Amda Analytics. You're going to start with Excel. Now, one amazing thing that I've seen so far in this career, teaching people, a lot of people will be like, okay, Chia, you know what? I know how to use Excel. Let's move straight to SQL. And when we start the program, they'll be like, I never knew that I could actually do this with Excel. Okay, so that's the beauty of learning here at Amda Analytics. Imagine using a whole 1 month to learn just a software, which is just an Excel. A lot of people will go out there and they will tell you, you know what? You can become a data analyst in 5 weeks. Hello? You can become a data analyst in 5 weeks. How? Some people will tell you can become a data analyst in 8 weeks. Well, that one is somehow bearable to compare with 5 weeks, 4 weeks that I used to say again. Okay? So what you're doing here at Amda Analytics is a good 5 months program. So you're going to be learning after Excel, you dive into Power BI. And after Power BI, we dive into SQL. And then you have introduction to Python, GitHub. You're going to be using GitHub. You're going to learn how you can leverage ChatGPT, that's AI. All our programs, especially data analytics program, and all other programs, we include that how you can leverage AI to leverage them. Okay, how you can leverage AI. Do you understand? Now, aside from this is the roadmap. This is the roadmap. One of the things that we find out or we noticed in the career path, right? A lot of people tend to start. You want to start your journey, and you jump Excel, you dive into SQL. So I don't advise that. And if you're here listening to me, take that from me. If you are a beginner, you have to start with Excel first. It is important, okay? So that you don't make mistakes that other made while starting their career. So there will be a time that you dive in deeper and you start struggling. So you need to start with Excel. This is the right roadmap on how you can become a certified data analyst. And this is the curriculum here, just like I always tell people. This is just like, well, let me say, little of what you're going to be learning. Little of what you're going to be learning, because we have a lot that you want to teach you, right? So aside from you learning all these things, learning, the other benefits that you enjoy here at Amda Analytics, like LinkedIn optimization, CV review, Upwork optimization, recommendation, job recommendation, reference letter, and certification. So you're going to get certified at the end of the program. Pure, recognized. Okay. And again, aside from that, you are working on projects. Let me tell you one amazing thing about Amdoranalytics training. You are work is hands-on. Nobody is giving you any PDF to go and read out there. No, nobody is giving you any document or refer you to any website to say, okay, read up there. No, it is pure project-based program. From the beginning of the program to the end of the program, you are working on projects. Okay, so aside from that, right? These are the where we usually introduce our students on how they can request you to, you know, get job, get job, get job. Now, there's something I didn't mention here, and I'm gonna mention that, right? Aside from all these things that we said here, that we're gonna help you do this and do that, right? There's something that we introduced this month to our program, and which I'm pretty sure I am saying this here. This is a recording, so you can see, know that okay, when we say this, we mean it. I'm pretty sure that this is going to affect our training fee very soon because we included on our program how you can get visa sponsorship. Okay, we just included it this month. Very soon, it's going to really, it will reflect on our training fee. I'm saying it. So if you are here and you're listening to me, this is the best time for you to enroll because very soon the training fee will increase. Yeah. Okay, so these are the platforms that you can actually use to apply for jobs that we usually use for our students, and we have gotten a lot of results out there. Okay, so these are the people that are going to be working with you, myself, and all these analysts, professionals in the house. You can see them. I'm going to share this. You can read up about them, check them out on LinkedIn, anywhere, and you see the amazing thing that they're doing. So these are our trainers here at Amdor Analytics. Now, all this, yeah, Shinya, I've heard a lot that you said, right? So what then is your training fee? So our training fee, the actual amount is 400,000 naira for the 5 months. But now we are doing 30% discount. Okay, 30 30% discount. Now, instead of you to pay 400,000 naira, you are paying 300,000 naira. So the first payment is 200,000 naira, and you balance 100,000 naira into your program. The first payment is 200,000 naira, and you balance 100,000 naira into your 5 weeks into your program. And you can see the account details here. People have started making payments, just like I always tell people. This anytime that we're working on discount, the discount is always for first 20 people. You can see it here. First 20 people to register for our program. Okay? Is discount for. So our programs are Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays 5 p.m. West African time to 8 p.m. The same time Sundays 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Thursdays we have mentorship session where we are going to be meeting for just an hour on Thursdays. Okay, so far, and you can see the amazing thing that we are doing. And these are the people that have our next course starts on 26th, not this 26th of this month. 26th of this month. Okay, the next course starts on 26th of this month. If you're on our WhatsApp group, you see it on our WhatsApp group. These are people that have gone through our program and they got job. So there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them. It's not everything that we put here. Look at, you can see the video testimonials of people that finished their programs here at Amdoranalytics. When we share this slide with you, you're able to go through them. So these are the guys that have gone through their program, and you see the amazing thing that they're saying about Amdoranalytics. And you can see testimonials, online testimonials. Check them out, and you can see the amazing thing that these guys are doing out there. So these are the people that have gone through our programs. You see them, you see the project that they worked on. Okay, so you can see the things that they've done. Just like I said, the program here at Amdoranalytics is 100% project based. 100% project based. So you can see the project that our students have worked on. You can see them here, and people that have gotten job, you can see them as well. All right, so thank you very much, everybody. Let's take questions. Let's take questions. Let's take questions. So people have started making payments. So do you know wait till when we get to 20%, 20 people who have started making payments? So let's take your questions. If you have any question, Mike, are you here? You have other people on the call. If you have any question, please do ask your questions. Hi, Mike, can you hear me? Okay, so we want to take your questions, and if you don't have any question, we can call it a night. Thank you very much for joining Amdoranalytics program Bootcamp. We want to see you in the class. We believe so much that we have impacted the value into your life. Okay, so okay, can you hear me now? Okay, it's left on. So okay, that's fine. So if you are still thinking, you are still contemplating on when and how to join, all the informations are on the WhatsApp group, right? Account details, everything are on the WhatsApp group. You can start making your payments now because just like I said, we have started receiving payments. Do not wait till when it's a minute because when we get to the 20 people for all our programs, we are going to do what? Close the 30% discount. Okay. We are going to close the 30% discount when we get to 30, 20 people for our program for the discount. Okay. Um Pala Ugochukwu from Germany. Okay, so I have a lot of people that joined. King D from Ghana. Thank you very much for joining. Bukola from London, Natasha from Canada, and thank you very much, guys. And do see you guys. We really appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining. We want to see you in the class. We want to see everybody. Do have a wonderful night rest.